Next Play Investors. What's the next play? play investors. What's
that's what yeah. So they was like it was real political.
They
But
split the didn't they play Alabama twice? Because they beat
right
them the first time,
right,
and
and
this
then
time they
lost the
lost. And in the
championship.
playoffs, it's gonna be different.
You think so?
I think so. I
You know
think
so.
they'll be the national champions. Georgia should, because they're not gonna let them beat them like that no more. You can forget that.
What's happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's
Like,
happening?
What's happening,
I hear y'all talking about the Georgia Bulldog game, man.
man? That
yeah, so
was
sad. I was sad.
um,
I was all decked down in all my Georgia attire yesterday. I'm still a fan. I don't care.
Roll Tide.
All is well, but I want to say something big, man. While I got everybody on here, man. We've been doing this for 52 weeks, and we
Wow.
talked about it. And for 52 weeks, we met every Sunday. We've been here. We talked about it, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be the first one out the gate to tell the truth. I got so much better over this year from Next Play. Just being here every Sunday, dedicated to it. So, man, I want to tell everybody out there, man, thank you for, joining and being a part of it. It's just been a great time, man, for the year. So 2022 is going to be a whole lot better. Whole lot more stuff is going to be learned. I think even the fact that the group has been created, man, it's made all of us kind of see and look and things differently. So, man, on this very day, man, we started. This is our first episode was actually on December the 5th. And it's crazy how it kind of rolled around at the same time. So, we definitely want to, I want to tell everybody that come out here and show up every Sunday, man. Thank you from everybody at Next Play. But, you know, glad to know everybody's good. So everybody mad about the Georgia Bulldog game. It's kind of actually truthful, though. If somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like the stock market.
No,
Just
Yes,
like
Sometimes
the
you
sir.
win,
market.
sometimes you lose.
Up and down, baby.
I like Sam's response.
What was that?
He said that they are setting them up for the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wasn't sad anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did that just for you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Because I was sad yesterday.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
I want to say congratulations to Nicole, Sammy,
Congratulations, Nicole.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. 12 and myself, 52 weeks. I think this is I can't think of a better organization that I've been a part of ever. So hey man, thank everybody for showing up. It's definitely made a difference in my life, and not only with the investment side, but just the camaraderie, the leadership, the dedication, all that plays a part. So congratulations, y'all.
All right. I'd like to say congratulations. Congratulations to Nicole and all my fellow admins. Man, I can truly say, man, being a part of this group has been a real, I would say, word is blessing, because it keeps me anchored, because every Sunday I'm coming back and I'm a part of something that's bigger than me, and it just keeps me anchored, man, and it keeps me focused on not only my kids and everything, but it keeps me focused on where I want to go in the future and how I want to live my future. And that's based on the things that I learned, and actually what I, take that and transfer it over to how I trade. So I've learned a whole lot about myself, about the trading game, the industry, and how the world works. And, it's just been so much I've learned this past year, and I'm just dumbfounded, really, So nevertheless, man, happy anniversary to my admins, and man, I really appreciate y'all. I've definitely learned a lot, and my finances have grown a lot since then. Not bragging, but hey.
Yeah, he paid.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and brag.
And I can't.
I can't brag.
Oh, no. I ain't gonna brag about it. But I can say
is the bill bank accounts.
Hey, all I can say is that I like I told you, I think I told everybody at the beginning of the year, I started my account with 10,000. Let's just say, hey, I'm well over 10,000 now. But
That's awesome.
But also I want to say thank you to my wife. She
Oh,
got me the new flip. She gave it to me early. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, baby. It's
Hey, hey, Sam, break the value down on that phone from the business standpoint.
oh man. On a business standpoint, I looked it up and the phone is of course there's something for like 1,700. But if I really was to break it down with just this week, I just finished up 37 invoices. 37 invoices that I could have actually did if I had this phone in the field. Now, I could break it down monetarily, money-wise, but what it really actually adds to is what we've been talking about all along. It adds back to my time once I finish work. When I'm off work, I'm off work. That means that I don't have to come home and do those invoices. I don't have to bother with it. I'm done because I can do it out there now. So that's really what it adds up to, my time. And we all know your time is priceless. So the 1,700 was a solid investment. I can't thank my wife enough for it, and I really appreciate it.
that's nice.
I'm gonna give me one.
Nice.
I'm gonna give me one.
He said, "I'm gonna give me one."
Yeah, I see. Like I see, it's an asset. You know, I see it's an asset because you don't have to lug your computer around anymore.
Right, that's
You
good.
can just take your phone, open it up.
Oh yeah.
And now you got your big screen there, and you can do all your invoices, do your work, and
Everything.
Is that because y'all a little mature? And, hey, y'all.
No, yeah. Our eyes don't work the same.
And you know, it's got a lot to do with next play too. You know, you got to be prepared. I found out that being part of next play, man, you got to be prepared at all times because you never know who you're gonna meet, and when you run into them, you know, you don't want to be like, "Dang, if I had my computer."
Right.
You got your
Got
phone.
it.
You got your phone.
Look, let me show you what we do.
Yeah.
This is it, and we can pull it up, and they ain't got a strain. Look, I got you right here. You know, bam, I'm there. That's all.
A lot of purchases make sense and they help further. I mean, you got to spend money to sometime to make money or to grow. You know, so I like.
Well, in this case, I didn't have to spend no money, so.
His wife purchased that for him. That's
yeah.
What kind of phone is it?
I believe it's a Fold, the Z Fold.
Okay. And who is that made by? Like
Galaxy.
Yeah, pull it up.
It's
Android.
It's an Android.
Samsung.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yep.
I just got a new phone too. It was expensive as well, but I didn't get that one.
What you charge it?
Huh?
Did you charge it?
No, I didn't charge it. That wasn't charged.
Okay, don't charge no more.
I did.
Oh man.
I know. Now, is this the success story time, or we just talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, guys, this is awesome for me because now I get to celebrate 2 anniversaries on December 5th. So I feel like that's very, very important for me. So December 5th, today, 17 years, I became an AKA. So today is my line's anniversary. And then being a part of Next Play. And then when I woke up this morning, my credit score increased again by 12 points. So I am 73 points away from my goal, which I'm for sure I'm going to make it. But no, I'm not going to say I'm for sure. I'm going to make it.
There you go.
And so just being it, because at first I was a little hesitant about joining the group because I didn't really understand stocks. I didn't understand investing, those types of things. But it was just a great decision for me. And I have become a little more financially responsible. Not saying I wasn't financially responsible before, but I've become a lot disciplined. And now I'm able to kind of help other people. Like, so, and, to look at my portfolio and watch it move. I may not have the same stocks that some of you may have, but it's doing well. So it's just been a blessing to meet you all and just to know that, I just look forward to all of us growing together and just listening to all the successes of all of you all. So at some point, each one of you on here have inspired me in some type of way this year.
Good deal. Good deal.
Cool, cool.
Hey, was speaking of credit, I got a little tip that I just found out this weekend, and that is about your utilization score. So everyone normally says you need to keep your utilization score below 30%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I found out, if you keep your utilization score between 1 and 6%, you could actually increase your credit score by keeping it between those 2 points, not at 0, but between 1 and 6%.
Yeah.
And it's and in the fine print, that's where it's recommended that that's where you need to have your score at. Between 1 and 6%, you can actually increase your score.
I try to keep mine between 1 and 3, actually, but
Oh, right. There you go. There you go.
So I'm with Sam with like the 1 to 3, kind of 4. So that's why my score is moving the way it's moving.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's actually working for you. Good deal.
Yeah, it works. Now the 10% works as well. So what they said, if your credit score is like over like 740,
Mm-hmm.
they recommend that 1 to 10%.
Okay.
However, if it's below 740, it's okay to have that 30% credit utilization. So, I just said mine increased. So now it's at 727. So I'm going to just, I just got to throw a whole bunch of money on one card come this week.
Now,
And I'll just watch it switch. So it should go up.
So Nicole, do you know when your statement reporting date is?
I
do.
that's
I was
probably
getting ready to say the same thing I was going to
You
say.
don't have to throw a whole lot of money
Nope.
on there just to get it down. You just need to get it under there on the date, and it'll tell you on your thing.
It's the statement balance. So on this,
No, not the
okay,
statement
okay.
balance. The statement reporting date, when they actually report your actual utilization. That's a whole nother thing besides the balance. There's a thing. Every month they have 2 dates. They have a due date for your
Yep.
payment.
Mhm.
Then they have a state. Then they have a utilization date. All you got
Yep.
to do is
reporting date.
find out the utilization date and then pay down to that utilization instead of just paying it off on that, because it's not going to report the same way.
Oh no, I don't. So if it's $3,000, I don't pay $3,000 on. Like on the 14th, I won't pay $3,000. I'll probably pay $1,700, and then when January comes, then I'll pay probably $1,700 again.
Can I suggest something to you?
Uh-huh.
Take that same 17 and pay twice a month and watch your credit score.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody
What you do with that? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah.
Because basically it's a credit hack, because it shows that you made 2 payments to satisfy the same thing. It's going to show up and it's going to boost your credit. I think it's got something to do with the interest that's applied to it at the end of the month, and it's just a credit hack. If you pay it twice a month,
That's true.
your credit score jumps big time.
And see, that's what I was doing, Sam. Like from September until this month, I was paying like twice like that too, because I got that same tip to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's Christmas time. It's coming, so I got to switch it up in December.
Oh well, you can as long as it's paid above the minimum, you're good. So if it's 3,000, you paying 1,700, just break it up, pay it half and half.
Yeah, and then watch the utilization rate too on top of that if you want.
Yep.
So, or discipline. If you have multiple cards, you could play around with the balance transfers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's all a different credit hack too.
Yeah.
So
that's
a whole masterclass on credit.
He wasn't here to do it. I don't know where he went.
Oh, he did it. I'm big on them miles, so I be trying to get my miles on my card.
Okay. Another thing with American Express, you may want to call and ask them. American Express will cap your miles too.
Really?
Yes, they will.
You know what?
They will only give you a certain amount of miles, and so you want to call them to find out what your max is.
Okay.
And that's why having multiple cards. So if you tap out, with American Express, that you may have like a Sapphire with Chase or something like that. Giving you 3 to 5% cash back. you know. And I know we just rambling about credit cards, and I know we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. Now, here's another thing. There's crypto.com. They have their own credit card. And if anybody wants to sign up with crypto.com, definitely DM us, because I got a special link that will give you $25 for free. But they are paying 8% on deposits on your debit card with them. Up, like, say, for now, this is just hypothetically speaking, but they have on their website, if you invest $400,000 with them, okay, this is big money, but they're paying $35,000 a month worth of interest on your money just for holding one of their debit cards.
Holding it in that account.
Yeah, holding it in that account. They're paying that type of return on your money.
Oh wow.
You know,
That's free money.
That's a lot of free money.
Hey, what I say, I like
That's
free money.
$70,000 in 2 months.
Oh wow.
140
in 3 months. Wow.
Yeah, in 4 months. That's crazy.
4 months, yeah. That is.
Yeah. They're giving that away. They're trying to promote their company. So, you know, credit. You know, I know back in the day they used to say cash is king, but it looks like credit is definitely.
Oh no, debt is king. Debt is money, and debt is king.
You know what, Sam? I read an article about that, about how what you just said.
Oh yeah.
Really? What did it say?
But you can the way to become rich is to go in debt.
And I was like, you know, because like with Dave Ramsey, he was saying, you know, when I went through that course 2 years ago, you know, he was saying something different. Like, you know, that's why my mind is trained to pay my mortgage off and to do all of that. But because, you know, that's his philosophy, to be debt free and to have your emergency fund. And he looks at credit like, no, that's just putting you in more debt.
So let me ask you a question. Do you believe Dave Ramsey or do you believe us?
Well, I want to say something. I don't think it's one or the other. Yeah. I think you do both.
It's how you use it.
Yeah, because I think Dave got some good stuff about being gazelle intent and the snowball effect.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like credit. But I mean,
he prefers to be debt free, but everybody has their own preference.
Let me say this though. If we live debt free, how do you create? Or is he talking to the people that's creating money, or is he talking to the people that's trying to save every penny? Because you got to look at it. We talking about two separate people. People that are just going to work their job most of the time, most of their life. They don't need to get credit because they're gonna run up more stuff. But the people that are trying to use the credit to create more money, they need to. So who is Dave Ramsey for? If we're gonna say Dave Ramsey for the people that's trying to make passive income and grow and be able to live the life of their dreams, or the people that's trying to just make it? Because he may have some good points, but in reality, you know, we looking at a situation where we know that if you get debt free, you really just gonna be stuck. You're not gonna really move forward because you're still gonna have to get some debt somewhere in order to keep growing. So, you know, so it's a situation of, you know, and we'll say it like it's a situation of, you know, we gotta look at it from the perspective of, shoot, what's happening? You know what I mean? When we look at it, we gotta look at it from the perspective, who is he talking to? Who is Dave Ramsey actually talking to? Is he talking to the people trying to make money, or is he talking to the people that's just trying to get by?
Dave Ramsey Network.
I think for one, I don't think that he would really touch like this younger generation. I think that he is more with like, you know, with that generation with the 401ks, that type of stuff. So remember when I did his thing almost 3 years ago, before I got into Next Play. So, you know, so he does, you know, believe in investing, and he believes that you should do that. It's just he has more of that debt free, that you should get out of debt. And you shouldn't, you know, just like when I paid all my credit cards off. I mean, however, I'm using those credit cards again, but I'm moving my credit score. But
Right.
like that's why some of the stuff some of his principles I can agree with, like how I'm moving now financially, but some of his principles I don't agree with, at this point. But now his zero budget, yeah, like I balance out how much I spend. So when I get paid, I sometimes budget it down all the way to zero because he has this thing about a zero budget. So I budget out how, I'm spending my money. So I think that works, but he is
Sam.
more with cash.
But whenever she finishes, but hey, man, look,
Right. Thank you.
I'm slamming Sam News, man, right? Check this out, man. At age 26, Dave Ramsey real estate portfolio was worth $4 million. 26.
All right.
How do you think he got that?
Selling
Credit.
products and
Went in debt, right?
Yep.
So he went in debt, made his money. Now he's telling you not to go in debt. He used debt to make his money.
That's my point. That's my
He
point
used
right
debt
there.
to make his money, and then he said, "Come out of debt. Don't use it. Don't use debt."
And that's the
Come on, man.
That's the problem that we have
Dave-
now.
And now Dave Ramsey, you know his debt net worth $200 million. You think he not in debt?
Well, and also, he has a lot of sponsors too.
Yeah.
Just
A
so
lot.
Come on, man.
So that's my point when I say, who is Dave?
Be real about it, Dave. Be real about it.
Who is Dave trying to trick? Because Dave Ramsey is a dinosaur. I get it, but we live in a whole new world, and he's selling, making money using debt.
Yeah.
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 So
I think-
it's just like this goes back to what we were saying is that debt is cool, but it's how you use it.
Exactly.
You use
Right.
it to come out of debt like he did. But
Yeah.
don't say, don't go in debt because debt is what generated his wealth.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta be
That's fine.
careful, like when you see even us. That's why we try to be very careful with what we say to people. But you gotta be careful with the message that people are selling you, because some people will sell you fish oil and tell you that it'll cure everything up under the sun. But,
Really?
But see.
Really?
I just used the class for what I got a 792. So when I said
we ain't beating you up, Nicole.
I understand, I know that you're not,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying that I used that course and it did what it did for me.
That's good.
It's good.
That's
that
good
you did.
stuff.
I mean, it's good that you did, but it's just one of those things. Like, it's a lot of people out. It's just like the news. When we talk about how the news manipulate people, it did it this weekend. It did it. You know what I'm saying? The media outlets really control a lot of the emotional thinking that people do, and they don't realize that the people that's behind the media outlets ain't doing what they're telling you to do.
Man.
Yeah, that's true.
And,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? And that's the crazy part. They'll preach and tell you, "Oh, do it this way," and they not even doing it that way. But you're speaking to the people, and just like Sam said, I mean, he had debt, but he been preaching, get out of debt, don't own a house, don't have this, don't do that. But in reality, he's doing the same thing he's telling you not to do, and
Absolutely.
and making millions off.
Yes, he's making
manipulation.
millions. He's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes, I know he's a lot of sponsors for like a lot of insurance companies. I know he sponsors a lot of things like mutual funds and different type of like Frank said, he came up in a different era because
Absolutely.
these young people,
They're not gonna go for that.
oh my God.
They would not sign. And then too, he targets churches because I took my class, and that's interesting for you to target churches.
What are they
And I
calling
took my class
What?
at because I took my class at church.
Yeah.
I did my class at church. Like
Whoa. You took what class at church?
my financial peace course.
Yeah,
I did that
Oh, I
course.
was getting ready to say, I'm like, you ain't take no school class to church. I'm telling you.
No,
Nah.
but you know how much we had
I'm
to
like,
pay?
boy, what?
How much was it?
It was like $200. And let me tell you, it was a whole bunch of people in my class.
Okay.
It was a lot of people. So just imagine how, like, the profits, how it went. I'm for sure my church probably got some percentage. And then he probably got, whatever percentage they got.
Now, and then he probably has some more core. I've read his book,
Pad that money
and I got
around.
Gazelle Intent.
Pad
Is it
that
pretty
money
good?
around.
Oh, it's good. It teaches you about the one thing I got from his book was the debt snowball. I think that was my nugget from his book. The debt snowball, where you pay off one credit card, pay off the other, you pay this
Oh, yeah.
off. Yeah. And then you set it up automatically, so it takes the thinking out of it, you know? So
Yeah.
he got some good stuff. It's worth
Yeah,
taking a look at.
that's why I said it's some principles. Like when I got in this, when I joined you all,
Right.
like the stuff I learned in the class, I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Like he frowns upon buying a brand new car. So like he feels
Oh, I'm with him on
buy
that.
a cash car.
I'm with him on that now.
They
Instead
could
of
go either
having,
way with
huh?
that, you know? They could go either
I
way with
won't
that.
buy a new car.
Yeah, some people won't buy a brand new car. So
Right.
I just
Because it loses
me,
money
I
when you're
do.
driving off the lot.
Because you
Exactly.
it depreciates
That's why I
a
won't
little
buy
too
one.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's true, it does.
That's
It
true.
does.
It does. It does. Well, anyway, we probably need to get the show started.
All right.
Success stories. Well, we got Nicole's success story.
West.
I guess I'll do my success story real quick. I completed my my book for a hot shot trucking. Yep, it's completed. It's on Amazon on Kindle, and the name of it is How to Start a Hot Shot Trucking Company. And it's $9.99. It make a great Christmas gift for your nephews or your nieces who are 18 years old, sitting around the house not doing anything. It kind of teaches them how to be an entrepreneur and how to basically start a trucking business from scratch. So, go support it, go check it out. I've been in the trucking business for 4 years. My family's been in the trucking business for over 70 years. And it's got some good information in it. It help a lot of people, from hitting pitfalls and things like that I went through. And it's on Kindle. But if you can't find it on Kindle, you can go to cashflowstacy.com and get you a copy of it. And that's my success story. It's 48 pages. It's an easy read. It took me roughly about 2.5 months to do it. It wasn't easy, but nothing ever is the first time you do it. And so I'm gonna create some more books. I got a do-it-yourself credit that's going to be on there, so you can fix your credit yourself. And I have a book about real estate, multifamily real estate that I'm gonna be doing also. So that's it. My success story. Sam?
Oh man, I already gave you success story. Our anniversary.
Oh man, so my success story has been a very productive and fun week. I think we got so much stuff done, but I'm still on my stride as far as everything goes with me being focused and on what I'm doing. So, I think that's one of the biggest things. I had a normal week last week. It was productive. I've been being very productive. I don't have any really big accomplishments because I'm just basically just getting prepared for 2022. I do want to bring up, I think it's something that everybody actually, Sam, go ahead.
You still on your schedule that you're getting up and stuff? You still
Oh
doing
man,
that, man?
still on my schedule,
That's
man.
what's
So
up.
like it's been good, man, because that's part
Good
of some of
job.
what we're gonna talk about. Thank you. I do want to bring up, man, that in my success story, man, I heard one of our fellow Next Play members is talking about going to Ghana. So hopefully we'll be able to put that out there so everybody that want to go to Ghana, I think that's a success story because that's also what the group is about. You know what I mean? I'm just more happy. I think I've been more stoked the fact that this has been going on for a whole year, man, and to see so many beautiful people show up Sunday after Sunday. I think that's one of my biggest success stories is to be like, hey, man, this thing has helped me a whole lot, and I think that's the biggest thing. It's helped me with my mindset to get it back right after the pandemic. And, it's good to see all y'all every Sunday, especially, hey, it's a class. Every Sunday, it's good to see everybody, man. So, that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, I think that's the greatest thing right now. That's my success story. We made it a whole year.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. But other than that, that's it. We gonna let Sequester tell about her stuff. What's your success story?
I really, I don't really have anything going on right now. Oh, I did get I'm in the second part of the class.
Oh, really?
So
How's that
I'm
going?
going to do gaps, glow backs. I started
Okay.
watching videos and taking different other courses. And so I'm going to do that because I got into a lot. Actually, I got into about 4 stocks and they all tanked. Even though I have stock loss in I think I got in like 4 and they all fell.
When was
the
that?
simulator.
That probably was last week.
That was
If it was last week, a whole lot of them tanked. So don't feel bad about that.
I
It was
didn't.
a major
didn't.
sell-off.
I didn't. I was just like, golly.
Yeah,
But
last week was a major sell-off. So don't even sweat that. Just try it again. That's all. You good?
so yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Well, shoot, that's good though. That's real good. That's real good. You got to the second level. All right.
Ready to go.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, tonight we're gonna mix it up a little bit. Sam's gonna start off with the news and give us that good tea for tonight about the investment world. So bring it on, Slam and Sam.
All right. Welcome again, everybody. The next play, our 1-year anniversary. And I'm gonna start it off. I guess that's the way you start off a new segment, huh?
Yes, sir.
Going on that 2nd year. Hey, first up is story for the day is Ford. Ford has said that they're looking at trying to become number 2 in the EV industry. And they are doing this they've already got pre-order over 200,000 of their Lightning F-150s already. People are already waiting on these EV trucks for this is next year. As you know, Ford just got a new CEO. His name is Jim Farley. And basically the Ford stock was at what, $15, something like that. And now they're at 19.
Man.
So it's a good buy. Now hold up. I want you to know I am not your financial advisor. Please consult a professional. So that being said, Ford is at 1906 right now.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I had Ford when it was $7. It was moving so slow. I just sold it. I said, man, I was so
But you know what though? I think if you had Ford right now, I don't think you would sell it.
I wouldn't, but it was.
You wouldn't sell it
because of the growth.
Yeah.
Right now,
I had
Ford and GM, both of them are going on the way up.
They were $7 a share. And when I bought
it. Yep. And yeah, he's a yeah. Oh, my next story is about Meta. Of course, everybody knows the big sell-off last week. And the Meta, which is Facebook now, they have actually dropped. The shares have dropped to around $300 a share, which is like 301, which is a good buy-in. I'm letting you know. I think personally, for me, it's a good buy-in right now for Facebook or Meta. Considering that 3 months ago, Meta was at 390.
Yeah.
So, and it's at 301 now. And you got to understand that Meta went through this scandal in that 3 months too, with them saying, hey, the sexual stuff going on in there and all that. They had that and the whistleblower. So they had a lot going on within those 3 months and they dropped. That's a sell-off. And then they had that sell-off last week. So I'm predicting, look, it's going to recover. 3 to 6 months from now, that whole 300 will be gone. You're looking at 400 upside. That's, just.
Yeah. And also, Microsoft and Meta is supposed to be working together.
Working a deal. Yep. So for anybody that's looking for that has that kind of money set to the side, man, I think it's something solid you can put in the portfolio and just.
A lot of people don't.
It's gonna make you money. It's gonna grow. Next one is Ultra Beauty. Ultra Beauty. I don't know, and we don't talk enough about this but we do have women. This is why I chose this story. Ultra Beauty, man, is this beauty aids, the wigs, the makeup, and all this. We don't speak enough about it, as far as when it comes to stock. But, bro, I did not know Ultra Beauty was at $400 per share. Did not know. Didn't even fathom it that something like that would be that high.
I mean,
But
that's something that we should definitely look into.
we never really talk about the female aspect of it and how the stocks actually apply to what they're involved in, and never really crossed my mind until I ran across this story. I'm like, God, that's crazy. And I can remember when Ultra Beauty just came public, and it's at $400 a share.
Wow.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we need to start looking at some stuff that necessarily pertains to the female, whatnot. It's not that we mean to, we just look at Apple and Coke and all these other stocks. But I mean, when it comes down to these other companies like that, we need to put those on the radar. I know they would definitely be on my radar from now on. So just had to let you know about that. My next story is that Apple was hacked.
What?
Apple was hacked, and it's just the State Department. It's not the regular consumers. It's the State Department people that have their phones. All of them have been hacked, bro. And they're saying they use RTS software, and that all like the government officials and stuff, their phones have been hacked for probably the information. Probably somebody's going to try to break a story later on down the line about one of these government officials or whatever. But nevertheless, Apple was hacked. And I think, my last story, man, we going back to Meta. Do you know that, and it's juicy, bro. I like this one. The founder of Ethereum.
Oh wow! I already know you going at. Oh, that's crazy. I already know where you going at.
His name is Lance Rattling or something like that. He is developing his own crypto. It's called Space Mesh. It's on the blockchain network. And I don't know. I don't think it's not fully developed yet. I just want to put it on you guys' radar. You can write it down and just put it on your billboard. You might want to just keep it in the back of your mind, but the name of it's going to be Space Mesh. And it is the core developer he was the core developer of Ethereum. So the guy knows what he's doing. He's been around. He knows how to set this stuff up. So when Space Mesh hits as a Bitcoin, I would say let it be one of the ones you jump on. Now, I'm not a financial fiduciary advisor or anything by any means.
Right.
Please contact or, consult your professionals, people that are licensed, whatever. But hey, nevertheless, I'm Slam Sam. I'm here to bring you the news, and that is the news. So
I want to say something real quick. I pulled up Ultra Beauty, and right now it's trading at 378. Okay.
Back up.
The numbers on the company, the market cap is $20 billion, and the earning per share for that company is $13.01.
They killing.
Wow.
What's the ticker?
The ticker on that is ULTA.
LTA.
Yeah, ULTA.
Hey,
Now,
so wait a minute. So question, Nicole, y'all didn't tell me beauty products make this much money off y'all.
Oh, absolutely. I used to be a makeup artist. So yes, women spend. Let me tell you, Caucasian women they spend a lot
Been a
of money
lot.
in makeup. And when I tell
Yeah.
you my commission, when I came off commission at JCPenney, no lie, I was making $20 an hour as a part-time worker. So I
Wow.
worked at JCPenney even when I was a teacher because I kept that job. I would never find a retail job making $20 per hour. That's because I made a lot of sales. And they buy makeup. I put in the chat box, MAC is $335. That was just
What?
on Friday.
What you say, Matt?
MAC Cosmetics, because Estee Lauder is a really, really big brand.
Mm-hmm.
Estee Lauder and MAC is under
You see
Estee Lauder.
that? $335. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
women really purchase makeup. I could go into MAC and maybe buy 3 products,
Uh-huh.
and it probably will be about $100.
Mhm.
I'll tell you another one I saw in the airport was that Jenner girl.
Kylie Jenner.
I don't know.
The lip gloss.
Yeah, which
What
one? Them,
brand is it?
huh?
It's Kylie Jenner. I don't know what the name of it
Yeah,
is.
it's Kylie Jenner. That's what we saw in the automated bin that we saw.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's Kylie
yeah. They
Jenner.
got makeup machines
Makeup.
inside the airport.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where you can
I
go
never seen that.
A
and
vending
personalize-
machine.
like a
vending
vending.
machine?
Yeah.
They got vending machines in the airport where they
With
Kylie
makeup?
Jenner, yeah, with makeup.
Yeah,
in it.
they got. Listen, in
With
the
wigs and
mall,
stuff too, like hair. I saw
I
that.
got one for you. In the malls, they got the ponytails, the weave in the mall. You can go right there. And get
At
your
what
ponytail.
mall?
Stonecrest.
At Stonecrest.
Oh, I don't shop there a lot, but I
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go right there and put your thing and get you a little
I'm pretty
ponytail.
sure there's some other malls that got them, but they're vending machines. They're real
That
sophisticated
is
vending machines.
that's cool. I've never seen them make as much as I go to the airport. I've never seen that. I'm a
Yeah, you can go right there.
Yeah.
Is it on the north or the south terminal?
Both.
Both.
They got them on both.
They get you going in and coming.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
I'm still shocked about this whole purchasing weave in a vending machine at Stonecrest. I'm
It's a product.
What?
yeah, I'm just like, wow.
It's
So
product.
you just put your credit
Yeah,
card in there.
But most
your
ladies
credit
like
card,
to
you can
see
get,
what they're getting before they get it.
I'm
Once
with
you pull
Sequester.
that out, that's yours.
Yep. 'Cause
Right.
I need to see the hair. I need to be able to
You got to
pull it
see
out.
it and you got to touch it
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to even know if it matched.
Oh,
So
but check this out. But what if it's a what if it's a brand? What if it's branded?
But still, you like
different brands,
it doesn't matter.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Even the same brand can make the same color and it be inconsistent.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know about that one.
Because you can buy a bad batch of hair. Like
Right.
But do you see? Okay, it's 9 o'clock. All the beauty supply stores are closed,
mhm,
and the first thing you think about is the one in the mall.
mhm.
Can you make it work? You can make that work. 911.
Like True Glory is a popular brand for hair, but I
Mhm.
purchased and I mean it's expensive. It could be $50, $60, $75, $80 a bundle. That's for one.
Mhm.
One bundle. And most people, the average person needs 2 bundles.
But
So
what he talking about ponytails, right? The clip-on kind, not bundles.
Well, no, they sell weave in those.
yeah, he said they sell weave.
Bundles, bundle track hair.
Yeah.
They actually had the real hair with track hair. Yeah, they
Wow.
actually-
Track
they
hair.
had- Yeah, they had the track hair and everything in there.
So they
Really?
dispensing. I mean, whoever came up with that, that's
So,
smart.
let me ask you
Oh,
this.
but yeah, I
Right,
got
that's what I'm saying. So neither one of you know about it.
No.
Mm-mm.
It could be an opportunity.
That's smart. But I'm with Sequester because I know she's a hairstylist, and me, I purchase hair a lot. So you, like Sequester said, you want to feel it, you want to touch it, because if something's wrong, I need to give it back to that vendor. And so
Right.
once you purchase that and say you paid $50 a bundle, that's $100. And say you went, so say if I took the hair to Sequester to color it, I've had some expensive hair color gray on me. But that
Hold
was
on.
the hair
You
was
can
gray.
color. Yeah.
Yeah, this hair colored.
They chop it up, fricassee it, smooth
Fricassee it.
fricassee
They cooking it. What they cooking in olive oil?
I ain't
I
gonna tell you
cannot.
that.
Y'all not gonna do that.
I put a little Crisco on that thing, get it shining.
No, not
California,
that
man.
You know,
Crisco.
like that's why I love. I appreciate y'all what y'all have, but ain't nothing like a nappy, coarse hair, whatever y'all want to call it, woman with some good old snappy pappy naps back there. Cause that
Well,
weave,
I don't
you
have
get.
nappy hair, thank God for that.
You get, I mean, coarse, gray, whatever you want to call it, politically correct.
Mm-mm.
Cause you mess around, get some heat around that thing, and that Crisco get the frying and sizzling like Jackson. Woo!
But no, that's not true because that will only happen if you have synthetic hair. But that's why you have to pay more when because it's human hair. Because
Oh,
my hair
Ain't
looks
that
just
many?
my
Let me
real
tell you
hair looks.
something. Y'all can quit that. Y'all, we finna get the show started. Y'all ain't finna keep talking about that human hair. Ain't that many humans in the world got that much how to
Yeah.
give away with all this weed floating around in the world? It's some bald head folks somewhere.
Go on mute.
Yes,
uh,
in other countries it is.
yeah. All right, Franco, go ahead with it.
Oh man, so I want to just man, I'm gonna get into mine because I ain't got a whole lot. I'm gonna talk a little mess tonight. I told y'all. I say how you say that? I told you so. But I'm a try to play it because I want y'all to see and know, man. I called this whole Bitcoin thing out on October 24th, and when we was on the show, I told y'all had 30 to 60 days before Bitcoin does what it's gonna do. And sure enough, if I'm gonna try to play the clip for you, but sure enough, Bitcoin lasted that 30 to 60 days before it dropped off. One of the biggest things that I want to talk about tonight is the investor mindset. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people they will get into their feelings and they will actually understand that the money's dropping, the money's dropping, the money's dropping. This is what's going on. The money's dropping. Oh, I'm finna lose my money. And that's one thing as an investor you have to always kind of consider and kind of get yourself together to do because of the simple fact that you know, all these investments have shown that yeah, they're gonna drop, they're gonna go up, they're gonna come down, they're gonna do all these different things, and it's a real big interesting thing to go along. So, one of the things I wanted to kind of bring in is like to kind of help people understand where we at.
A lot of
I'm gonna
people
throw
don't
this up on the
do what
screen
they say they're
for
going to do,
everybody to
which
see it,
erodes their
and this is the chart
self-worth
that
and their
we're gonna go by
confidence,
because I called it out,
which is why a lot of
and I
people,
gotta take my
if
credit
they
for
want to
it because
start
and the
feeling more
reason I'm
confident,
able to
they
call
need
it
to
out,
start racking up the wins.
it's not a
They need to
situation
start
of
freaking
it's not a
lowering their goals a
situation of
little bit
anything
so they
but I am
attain
what we
more
talk about
wins on a
momentum.
regular
And I
basis.
see that in the chart.
If you
And this is the
win a
chart that I
lot, that
told
makes
y'all
you a winner.
that
If you
has
lose a lot,
Bitcoin
it
basically
makes you a
shaking out.
loser.
And I guess I
So
got to
my
go ahead and
question would be,
I'm gonna
why
just
set
get
such
it
high
played here,
goals
just because of the simple fact that
and lose
it's
on
one
a
of those
regular
things
basis?
where
Because
it won't
if you
allow
don't hit the
everybody on the
goal,
call to hear the
it's a
audio,
loss.
but it's one of the things I
So
can
why
let the
not just
people hear.
lower the
But
goal so it's a
my point
win?
when I found this information
Like
and I sat down
for
and did the
example, if you
research
know
on
you want to make
Bitcoin price
$1 million in
history
a year
and
and you
chart,
set that goal and you come in at
the
950,
numbers, and
that's
this
a
is why we
loss.
stress like
If
learning
you
and
want to
taking the
make
time
$1 million, why not set a
to
goal of
actually
100,000 and
learn
crush
how to
the
read the
goal?
charts,
Then the
learn
next
how to
day,
actually
say
go
you
in and
want to
look at
make
the data to
150,000
be
and
able to
crush
see
the
how to
goal.
do
And
investment
then
because
next
that's
thing you
another
know, you just
tool
keep raising the
inside
goal,
of
but
the
you leave it
actual
reasonable to where you hit it.
toolbox
Because the more
that
often you
you
hit
would
your
need to
goals, the
actually
better
be
you
able to
are.
be a
At
successful
the end of the
investor.
day,
And that's one of the biggest things that we definitely want to make sure we kind of lay that out to you is because we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about all these different things, and we talked about what was going on. I gave you this back in October on the show on the October 24th. This is when I bring it to you. Well, Bitcoin dropped. I'm not perfectly on 60 days, but Bitcoin dropped. It was the third day, third and fourth of the month. So it's right around the same time. You had about 70 days that it actually that the actual Bitcoin price dropped. And on top of that, a lot of people was in the Bitcoin hype. You got to understand that this is how it goes, and this is how they actually make money on the price on the drops and the lows. So I thought tonight, you know what I mean, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of something, man. So everybody that's investing got to understand like the mindset of actually being able to be an investor. One of the biggest things is you got to be motivated and and self-driven. Do something because of of your own enthusiasm, but be enthused to go learn about the ways to actually chart up the stocks. I mean, everybody's here has charted the stocks and learned about charting stocks, and we're gonna go back to it at the beginning of the year and kind of do a couple of weeks course on charting stocks and how to chart stocks. Sam.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I was talking to Stacy, when was it, yesterday or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And I told him when actually Bitcoin hit 43,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I bought back in. Remember, I told you guys last week that I sold and I wasn't going to take that loss this time,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually bought back in. I took the same money that I sold off, bought back in at 43, and it's back up to around 50 now. I've already made money. So I'm gonna ride it on up and getting ready to sell off again. Same thing.
And that's the
So
next. And that's the next
exactly
step.
what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And that's the next step. The mental poise. You know what I mean? To be self confident, and just like what Sam talking about, to be self confident enough to, okay, I don't seen this happen before. I don't seen this go up, come back down, and then not panic and be like, okay, I got, I might have lost some money, but this is also a buying opportunity. And so that's one of the things, and you got to be able to take action. You got to be action based. Okay, how can I do this, or how can I will myself to be able to mentally deal with the loss that might be going on now? But we know from the history of all trading, it's going to go back up. I mean, it may not go back up as fast, but when you see it, this is a part of the whole game as far as when you get into trading. It can go up or down. And a lot of people just want to ride it when it go up. But the thing is, mentally, you got to know, okay, it could go down, but that doesn't mean it's time to sell. Only thing that goes down and never comes back up is a car. You know what I mean? The value of a car goes down, and it never goes back up unless it becomes it's 40, 50 years later if somebody just makes it into an antique. It's kind of like it's like the '69 Camaro. When it came out, it was $3,800. It took 20 or 30 years before it became a collectible. So you're not waiting that long unless you're holding a '69 Camaro, a '71 Chevelle, or something like that. Or anything below it that's completely original with all the numbers matching and everything. That's the only time a car becomes valuable. And so that's one of the things we want to kind of make sure we keep in mind as far as the mindset of how we trade. Because the last thing, you got to be methodical. The charts, the all the different things that we use in the background to come back and bring all this information. It's not something that's just like off the top of our head, a guess or anything like that. This is what has happened over the last year in the mindset. We became methodical, we took action, self-driven, and we built mental poise and understanding the market. So everybody's looking at Bitcoin. Oh, it's going down. Oh, all the cryptocurrency tanked last weekend. And if you watch the news media, that's what they want. They want all the people to be emotional, not be understand how mental poise, not understand how to take action, not be methodical with how they're investing. This is why the SEC is so important, because they got to protect the people. But if you're a real investor and real trader, you actually know what's going on. You're actually able to take the information and say, okay, this is the time for me to take action to buy back in. This is the time for me to take action to try to find the deals. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, like I say, you gotta be self-driven to know how to do these things, because if you gotta wait on somebody to tell you, you're gonna be too late. And so that's one of the biggest things that I found that I wanted to talk about this week, is because it's such a good thing to actually have all of this actually ready and up and ready to go, because it's a big thing. And then I'm gonna really kind of cut mine off a little bit, because I think that the biggest thing for me right now is kind of letting everybody see what's going on, and just talk about it, man. We're gonna be going into the 2022 year, and things are going to be a little bit different around. We're going to be learning some different stuff, and we're going to be doing better and doing some different stuff. So it's one of those things of, we want to definitely make sure that we're actually keeping the investor mindset changing over. If whatever you're doing, real estate, options, you're doing scalping, you buying a Turo, all these same principles are going to apply no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, no matter what's going on. If you're doing any kind of investment, you definitely got to be able to understand what's going on, understand how everything's working in your mind. And like I say, for me, the biggest thing is really keeping my mind on trying to be able to keep my mindset strong and straight. So I think that's why I wanted to, like I say, this is why I'm bringing this to you. But tonight I got one little thing that I want to do Um, and I hope everybody can hear it. If you can't hear it, I found a video, and I think that's what happened with Next Play. You know what I mean? It talks about it's about the mindset of how to become a winner, and what you can do to, if if anybody is kind of like having a hard time understanding the concepts, if anybody is having a hard time, you know what I'm saying, just with anything. I think this video I wanted to share tonight is by a guy I found on TikTok. My TikTok is different from probably. I get a lot of motivational stuff from TikTok. I used to see the other stuff, but I got tired of seeing it do the same thing, so I had to clean out my TikTok and make it more professional. And that's been part of my whole my whole journey for the last couple of months, is to get rid of a lot of the wasteful stuff that pops up and just presents itself and distracts me. You know what I mean? So we definitely want to do it. But I definitely want to share this with y'all, because I think that this is something that everybody should really really take a listen to, and just check my man out. You know what I mean? What he's
A
saying.
lot of people don't
Can y'all
do
hear?
what they say they're going to do, which erodes their self-worth
No, it's
and
no
their
sound.
confidence, which is why a lot of people, if they want to start
I can't get it
feeling
to make
more
sound on y'all
confident,
side.
they need to start racking up the wins.
I tell y'all
They need
what.
to start freaking
I'm
lowering their goals a little bit so they
I'm gonna
attain
post it
more wins.
in the group, man, in a later on, cause it won't allow me that, because of what all else I have going on over here. It won't allow me to let y'all hear it. But one of the biggest things he was talking about, and is everybody getting ready to make New Year's resolutions. Um, and it goes back into the stock market. It goes back into the mentality of a trader, investor, whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to gain momentum, you got to create small wins. So when you look at Bitcoin, you look at all these investment strategies that everybody's doing. Don't go out there trying to knock it out the park. Don't, you know what I mean? Go out there, take a small trade, you make $1. Build up so your confidence can actually understand how the market works. Build up, because Bitcoin, all these different cryptocurrencies are very volatile. They're going to be volatile for a while, but the thing is, when you keep getting wins here and there in little increments, it builds it up to you're more successful. But it also builds it up where you understand the different aspects of the mindset when Bitcoin does drop, when crypto does take a tank, when the stock market does, when you lose, helps you build confidence, because you're looking at it and you're able to say, "Hey, okay, I know this is going to happen again." But we've seen Bitcoin take a tank and go down all the way, and then a couple of months later, out of nowhere, it just blows up. But all the people that's holding it, they're not selling off. It's people taking profit. And so the biggest thing about why I wanted to play that clip, is just because of the simple fact that it's going to be a rough ride. I mean, every like our friend Ray Dalio, and it's something that I may try to bring next week, because we're gonna close out the year to kind of prepare the next year for what we coming on. But our good friend and Ray Dalio is talking about it's gonna be a rough market next year. So we also got to, even though we've had good wins this year, we know that we're coming up on the time. Jerome Powell just said they're taking money out of the economy from them stimulating the economy. So you're going to see a lot of money being withdrawn, and so the stock market is going to go a whole different way. The cryptocurrency is going to go a whole different way, because the beginning of the year is going to come, and things are not going to look like this year. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You muted, Sam.
With everybody selling off, don't get discouraged. That's a time of opportunity too.
Yes.
So that's time when you can come in and you take advantage and you setting yourself up for the year 2022. So don't be discouraged. Look at it as an opportunity. And just set your stop losses tight, and you come out of that, look for another opportunity elsewhere. Like we said earlier, the first store, there what, like 43,000
Mm-hmm.
stocks you can invest in.
Mm-hmm.
Look for another opportunity. I guarantee it's going to be there. So don't just get focused on that one thing. The opportunity is going to present itself, and you just got to be ready and prepared to react to it and take advantage of it.
And
That's it.
and that's exactly it. So that's. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. No, you got it.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
sorry, sorry.
Oh,
Hit
you
it.
good.
I was trying to hit my mic.
Oh, you good. So yeah, and that's why I say, we talked about cryptocurrency all last month. We talked about a lot of different things. And I know people are gonna start their New Year's resolutions. I know people are gonna start like the whole process of getting that self ready to get. So, after doing this for a year, I think the mindset is okay. Now you're going into a year with a whole year worth of knowledge, and we got to grow and evolve and change the rhetoric, the mindset, the visions, the goals, the purpose, and everything else to start utilizing it. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't apply it, you never build. So the biggest thing is, like I said, I'm gonna post a clip in the group later on, probably tomorrow, just so everybody can see it, because I think for him as a motivational speaker, I like his message. He got some real down to earth stuff. He even talk about, his name is Bradley Lee, and he talk about how to make $300,000 a year. He talk about how after you make $300,000 a year, that's when you actually feel like you're living. And so it's a couple of more things that he's put out there. He's talking about how to, just so many different things. So if you get a chance, go check him out. I found him on TikTok. You know what I mean? But he probably everywhere else. He on social media in different places because there's a lot of people that's already kind of dealing with him. The reason I actually saw him because he was hanging out with Grant Cardone, and that's what made me like, okay, if he hanging out with Grant, let me see what let me see exactly what he talking about, because Grant really is a person that really don't hang with nobody unless it's something beneficial for him. And so his message is that. But other than that, man, like I said again, thank y'all for being here for a whole year. We've been doing this for a whole year, man, and I think that's the greatest thing in the world. So if 2-3 years, man, everybody should grown, the mindset should change. Everybody should be in the places they want to be and actually enjoying life with a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to play Antonio Brown, whole lot of money. But other than that, man, Stace, you have the floor, sir.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to start as usual, talk about the markets, the little data points that we got. All right. Last week, Dow Jones Industrial was down, as we all know, in at 34,580. So your stock went down. If you was invested in the Dow, the S&P, it lost 1.2% to be at 4538, and the Nasdaq 1.96% to be at 15,712. And at next play, we all understand what goes up must come down, and what goes down will come up. So nothing to us. We used to it. We do it every week. Far as the sectors go, we got number 1 was consumer staples, 2 was utilities, 3 was healthcare. Healthcare is back into number 3. That's probably because of the variant, media, and so on and so forth. Industrials, number 4, materials 5, real estate 6, consumer services 7, energies 8, financials 9. The banks tanked. Yep. Information technology is 10, and consumer discretion is 11. Apple was up this week. It's an information technology company, so it's strange that information technology is at the bottom. But as a whole, the market was down. In the crypto market this week, I got a little crypto information for you. Budweiser, they have their own, they're doing a play on Ethereum. So they are creating an NFT that's called Budiverse by Budweiser. So a lot of big companies are getting in there into this entire crypto industry. And, you can sit on the sideline and you can say it's not real, but here you have Budweiser getting involved with the cryptocurrency. Also, Jack Dorsey quits Twitter. He's the co-founder and the CEO of the social media platform. He resigned, handing the reins over to the former CTO this past Monday, and he's basically he's walking away from Twitter. And Square, the company Square, the one that runs the credit card, they just renamed their company Block in reference to the blockchain. So here you got another company who's renaming You know, like Facebook changed their name to Meta. Square is no longer called Square; it's called Block. And I just mentioned Jack Dorsey um, is now invested heavily into Square. He's now the CEO of Square. So he quits Twitter, but now he's the CEO of Square. And
Wow.
and
So they showing you that they're really committed
You-
to this metaverse, this blockchain, and but they're putting out news to you.
that's
Oh, don't
major.
do it, don't do it, don't do it. All right, Chris, listen, you see it,
That's
you see it in the street.
that's
right,
major. That's major,
that's
man.
major.
Believe it or not, that's a major move.
That's a major move, man. These
Believe
the-
it or
and
not.
these are billions
Mm-hmm.
and billions of dollars. And you know, some people say, well, I've heard the term, you know, follow the money. You
There
know,
you go.
follow the smart money.
And I also sorry, butt in, but
No, go ahead.
I also I was online looking and learning, and the reason why they were saying that Warren Buffett, and there's another gentleman that's like, he had a birthday, it was like he's like 97 or something
Charlie
like
Munger.
that.
Charlie Munger.
Yeah, Charlie Munger. He was saying that basically these guys aren't against crypto. It's just that they don't know crypto. They only swimming in the lakes and the rivers they're used to. So they're used to the stuff that they know, and that's what makes them money. They're not against it. They just don't want to, they just don't understand it. They only working with what they understand, and that's how they make their money. So when people take their advice, they need to take their advice and understand that they're not working with, they don't have the knowledge of crypto. They have the
Right.
knowledge of making stocks, or of buying stocks that make money, and how to turn that money, that stocks that have dividends and stuff like that. That's what they're used to. They're not used to crypto.
No.
So they're saying that, hey, nah, we don't mess with it because they don't know it. They're not necessarily against it. They just don't understand it.
So the biggest thing is, and as I say, either you a dinosaur or alien. Pick which one you
Well,
want.
well, the Bible says we perish because of lack of what?
No.
Knowledge. Keep going.
And there it is.
Another thing what follow what Sam was talking about with Buffett and them guys, you know, another one of their philosophy, like we said, you got over 40,000 stocks you can choose from. His philosophy is you don't have to swing at every pitch. So
Yep.
even though you got all these Ethereum, Bitcoin, and crypto, and all these different things out there, yeah, it's great, but you don't have to swing at it. But if you see a pitch that you know is in your area, it's a strike, and you're comfortable with it, then you swing at that. And if you
Yeah.
hit it at the park, you hit it at the park. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pretty
True.
much the
True.
same thing. And the last little bit on the little crypto market is Europe gets a mainstream Bitcoin now, and the major investor is Invesco, which is QQQ, which
And it's also most of the ETFs that you play on the market is made by came by Invesco.
Invesco.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys got trillions of dollars, man, and they're investing in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
Now,
mm,
mind you, when Bitcoin, and it is going to get there, remind
mhm.
you, when there's a shortage of Bitcoin, that price is going to skyrocket.
Yeah, because
So
these
Just letting
companies,
you know, right now there are a lot of shares still out there,
but
but the
so
way they're being scooped up,
so let's touch on what you just said because I don't think people understand how powerful it is.
go ahead with it.
Do you realize that all the investment companies, all the big time people are now head first into Bitcoin? Just like
mm-hmm.
I posted in the chat and it's in the group. There's a company that just bought $400 million worth of Bitcoin last week.
Hmm.
If the investment, if all the hedge funds and all the all the money men get their hands on all the Bitcoin, what do you think they're gonna want to do with the price? Because I'm gonna
it's
tell you a secret.
Oh yeah.
Bitcoin has an infinite number of coins that could ever be minted, and it's only like, if I remember the number right, like 21 million. There's
million.
only 21 million, but now you got to understand another part about blockchain. It also it also burns some of the coins up over a period of time to keep the supply at a regular. Even though it mint some,
Keep it up.
it also burns some. So if all the investment and hedge funds around the world get their hands on all this Bitcoin,
They control it.
they control it, and the price can go as high as they want. So when you keep hearing this $120,000 a coin, $200,000 a coin, they already looking at that.
But they
already,
didn't. You know, they did. This reminds me of when Airbnb came out.
Oh
and
yeah.
it IPO'd, and they did
Yep.
the same thing.
Did the same thing. They bought it all up, and the regular people couldn't get it. So that shows you, because you got to understand, Investco is the
Oh yeah.
ETF company that make. If you go look at an ETF that you own, it's going to be made by Investco. More than likely, or it's either going to be Investco, and I can't think of the other one name right now. They're the only two ones that really are going to do any kind of big ETF that are available to anybody, and percentage of that money has to be locked up somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I'm gonna pull up the QQQ, which is managed by Invesco, and just kind of give you guys an idea. Well, it's an ETF, so it's not going to give you the breakdown of it. However, I can give you the top 10 holdings in Invesco: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, Alphabet, Adobe, Netflix, and it's currently trading at $383. And it's giving you an annual dividend of $1.77. And oh yeah, I got it right here. They're worth about $207 billion. Yeah, QQ, and that's just on the Invesco QQQ Trust. So of course, you know, these are hedge funds. So hedge funds, they got to make money. They got to make the investors money. I'm giving, you know, I'm the layman, so I'm giving you my money so you can make money.
Yeah.
And that's their job. So they are willing to take your money and basically dump it into this German Bitcoin and get a return. You know, they get a cut, of course.
Yeah.
But basically, that's what that is saying. Europe gets the Main Street Bitcoin. The major investor is Invesco. So in a nutshell, they're taking the pension funds that they manage, the 401ks that they manage of the, you know, the working class, and taking it and then reinvesting in the Bitcoin. Something that
you can do yourself.
Yeah, you can do it yourself, but you know, it's all digital.
Yeah.
So it's just a weird time. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just weird, but it is what it is. So that's it for my little crypto news. Now, of course, you know, I like to talk about passive income. So I just want to touch on some ideas on how to make some passive income, so you can basically live your life and do whatever you want to do, and just live off the passive income. The first one is selling information products, and that could be anything from, you know, just basically selling your intellectual property. It could be books. It could be, you know, doing seminars, mentoring, and then just charging a fee for it and collecting money from it. Of course, the real estate, you know, the rental income from real estate, multifamily properties, single families, short-term rentals, Airbnbs, you know, things like that. Affiliate marketing. So, you know, we're now in the digital age, and a lot of us work from home. And, you know, you got tons of YouTubers out there. You got tons of people selling courses online. And if you don't know about affiliate marketing, basically, it's me saying something like crypto.com, me becoming an affiliate. I put it on my website. You click on it. Crypto.com will give me a commission. So you can make money off of selling someone else's product, affiliate marketing. You can flip retail products. So basically, Franco, he does it a lot where he buys product from foreign countries and have them shipped into the United States, and then he turns around and sells them online, and makes profit. And the cool thing about that is that you can use the credit card hacks with that, where you buy the product, collect the points, and then take the product and then turn around and sell it to a retailer. So you get paid twice. You get paid from the credit card companies, and you get paid from the consumer. Another one is stocks, and we all familiar with stocks and the dividend part. We created drip funds here in NextPlay about a year ago. And in the drip fund, we get paid every year a dividend. So, say for instance, Global Life Insurance pays a $4.25 dividend a year per share.
Per share. Yeah.
Per share. So if you own 1 million shares of Global Life, you're getting paid about $400 million a year. Just off the dividend, whether you go to work or not. So, but then there's a lot of stocks out there that pays good dividends like that. Old school way, but it still works, is investing your money in a CD. The rate of return is not that great on CDs, but it is a form of passive cash flow, and also a savings account, which the rates are low, when you holding on to fiat currency right now. That's right now. Things may change, but it's a form of passive income. And another thing, digital age, new technology. You got the YouTube channels, or you can create a blog. With YouTube, of course, they get paid off of your views and how many subscribers. They got certain terms. You got to have 4,000 hours worth of content that's viewed every year, and you got to have a certain amount of followers. But you can't get paid from YouTube, and it's also a great place where you could advertise your affiliate marketing. So you can tell people who's watching your video, click down in the description. If you wanted to get, crypto.com, just click the link and you'll get $25. And remember, with those type of platforms, you're just not advertising in the United States, you're advertising to the entire world. So it just kind of gets you more exposure on these type of platforms, and you can make a lot of money, passive money, just doing that, because your video, it continues to play. You make a video one time, and it continues to pay you for a lifetime. And my last one is Turo as passive income. Of course, you rent the cars out, and the cars do all the work. Client and the host, you guys get together. Turo is the platform. Once everything done, everything goes well, Turo cuts you a check, and you can take that money and then turn around and put it into, stock that going to give you a $4 dividend, which will continue to pay you forever, whether you go to work or not. Last, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes only. Investment of any kind, involves risk. Consult a professional financial advisor, professional fiduciary before you do any type of investing. That's my time. Cash Flow Stacy, and that's it for me.
All
All
right.
right.
So I got one thing I want to throw up in the mix tonight that I want to put everybody on notice on.
All right, go ahead with it.
So let's see if everybody has put the links together. Last year, this year, and the years before that, you've heard about AI and quantum computing, correct?
Yep.
Right.
All right. So I want y'all to think about this. As the metaverse starts to build, computers are gonna be needed to run the metaverse. So what kind of computers you think they're gonna use? Computers with AI, computers with quantum computing that can compute everything that's going on to make the metaverse more submersive. So, and the reason I say that is because IBM did some stuff with the AI over the weekend, and they're already kind of working on blockchain technology because IBM created their own blockchain for companies to use, and I talked about it. Well, I read some news, and I just want to throw it up there. Whatever y'all hear on AI, make sure y'all kind of send us a link. And what you see anything about quantum computing, put it out there, because I have a hunch. I'm doing more research on it and studying that as you see Microsoft and all these companies get into this metaverse thing, computers are what's going to be running everything. Servers, cloud technology.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to run the meta. The metaverse is not. That's why I keep saying either you're a dinosaur or an alien. That's the only way you can look at it, because the aliens are from out. You got to be thinking out of space, and this how far the people with money are already thinking. And it shows when you see all the changes coming. There's not going to be a person sitting behind a desk operating the metaverse. Go ahead, Stacey.
Yeah, I want to say, and I might have talked about it a little bit last week, but it's still what's the word I want to use? Still has me perplexed. How about that? With the smart contracts,
Mm-hmm.
where the computer executes the contract. The
Correct.
computer reads the contract, and if A doesn't meet B, the contract won't be executed. But if A meets the criteria of B, the computer reads the contract and then executes the transaction without
Correct.
a human being involved.
Correct.
That's incredible, man.
Go ahead, Sam. Yep. And that's why computer power is more computing power will be needed in order to go to the next phase of existence in America and the world. As you see all this stuff deployed, even from Tesla cars and smart cars driving around, there's got to be a computer to process all this information. And the only way
Yeah.
you're going to have it is through quantum computing. And you should kind of, I'm a nerd, but you should understand that these people have managed to move so much data. China just moved the most data anyone has ever had in a transaction, at like 392 terabytes of data in 1 second. And if y'all understand, like, to understand that number, like, it's a just think about this is we probably right now on this show we probably only moving maybe 30 or 40 megabytes. 30, we're not even moving a gigabyte of data. So that's why I'm bringing it up to you, because they're pushing this metaverse really hard. So you see Microsoft stock prices went up. You see AMD. You see the semiconductors. All these things have gained value, are all just associated with computers. So when we start looking at trades and companies next year, you got to be going into the computer side of the world. Computers are going to make a big comeback, and they're going to be stronger. You look at gaming, you look at all this that's going on. Gaming computers are going to be selling out really well next year because more people are going to be getting into the metaverse. In order to get on the metaverse, you can't use a phone. It doesn't. They may come out with a way to use your phone later, but you have to actually have a good laptop or a good computer to be able to be on the metaverse. And so you got to understand computers are going to be a hot thing really soon. And that's pretty much where, I wanted to add that part in just to get people on their mind, because I need information from other sources that I may not be able to get. And I'm just putting out an SOS.
Okay. Well, also to add to your metaverse, remember I was talking about Oculus. Oculus, the VR headgear stuff. Of course, they're at 62. Now, they're at 62. When I mentioned it, how long ago was it?
That's what, 3 weeks?
Now, what were they at then?
I don't know, man. You got to remind me.
A couple of cents move. I think they were at 40 something cents then. They're already up to 62.
Wow.
Now, we're talking about cents.
Right.
Doesn't seem like it's not a lot of money. We're talking about what? About a 20 cent move? That's not a
Yeah.
lot of money. But
it depends on how many shares you
depends
have.
on how many shares you bought.
That's it.
So just letting you know, hey,
Yeah. That's it.
Meta is real. And also with the computer, Franco, that AI, I remember speaking about a company, the way they're gonna start doing your credit now. They realized I mentioned that I had a story about that, about a company was looking at a new way to take away that scoring process, because the scoring wasn't accurate to the people, to the person. And the artificial intelligence, the AI, the side of this application would judge that person by how they pay their gas bill, their light bill, their car bill, and all that, not necessarily the credit card bill.
Oh
And
yeah, I remember
company,
mentioning
the
that.
company was saying that they could get customers that were 75% reliable to pay their, their debt, basically. And, they were relying on AI, artificial intelligence.
So I'm a piggyback off that one. Why do you
Uh-huh.
think the administration here now was trying to go after $600 cash apps?
Bro,
Why do you think that they're enacting things to be more into your bank account and your life? Because I'm gonna tell you, China has already deployed the credit system for their people. Like this
Oh yeah.
same credit system we talking about, China already has started putting it out there where people got credit on their credit number is displayed pretty much with their tracking information to be able to say, hey, this, they're checking everything. You can't even get a house or nothing like
Yeah,
that in China.
I think that's their credit score and
Mm-hmm.
their behavior. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the AI is judging the person, the whole person themselves.
The cameras
Period.
they the
And
cameras they have.
it gives you a score, but it's not directly based on just your particular credit,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep.
know. So that's what it's a whole circumference, a whole it rounds off everything, and here's your score. Here's what this person score is. Here's what kind of person it is. If you run against some person got 100 score, I guess you'd be like, nah, player, I want to.
oh man,
Yeah,
man,
the next generation will be very much faster than we are. Like,
But I do have a question now. If dealing with AI, this stuff doesn't have feelings. It doesn't understand that a person can make a change. So what does that say for somebody that makes a mistake in their youth, in their young adult, life?
sky
Because
did.
AI isn't gonna be like, hey, well, okay, I can see you made a change. So, your credit score, you can improve it or whatever. It's just gonna judge you on what it is right there. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of big changes as we move to a computer age, and where everything is judged by the computer. Like Stacy said at the beginning, that smart contract,
yeah,
Yeah.
that right there, like when you understand it, that smart contract, it means that hey, you can lie, you can scam, you can do whatever you want to do, but if A don't meet B,
You done.
you
done,
definitely don't get to C.
done. Another thing, like when you repairing your credit, you know, oh, and you have to send the letters to the credit bureau. They got computers that read those letters.
Yeah. Yeah.
The computer because they get so many, and the computer reads the letter and determines what happens to whatever you're disputing or whatever you're trying to get removed from your credit and so on and so forth. All computer technology.
And that computer will send you a letter too.
Correct.
Tell you why you decline.
I've gotten one from Wells Fargo. I've been paid off Wells Fargo, but I've gotten letters from them.
Yeah, yeah. All computer generated, man.
Well,
That's cool
fellas and
beans.
ladies and gentlemen, it's been 1 year today. It's at the 9 o'clock hour. If we gonna have after hours, we good. I'm gonna shut y'all down. Want to thank everybody for coming out, and we are off the air.
God dog, he ain't even finished saying.
Thank you for coming out and joining us for Next Player Investors. It's been another great Sunday. We definitely want to thank everybody for coming in and actually enjoying with us that watch, love, listen. We're working on getting ready to get into the 2022 year. As you can see, we're trying to stay on top of everything and we have forward thinking. You either a dinosaur or an alien, and we aliens over here. AT aliens to be exact. So we want to thank you. Definitely make sure you share the live broadcast with other people that may be interested. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Join the Facebook group. Check us out on Instagram. You definitely we want to invite you back out next Sunday if you want to be on the live show. Share any information that you have. If you got a business and you want to be able to do it, we talk about everything in investing, such as real estate, stocks, business, and in insurance. We definitely want to thank y'all for coming out and see us next week at 7:30. You can get the actual link in the group and interact with everybody and pass on information. Definitely thank y'all again, and y'all have a wonderful week, wonderful, blessful week, and everybody enjoy themselves. Thank you for joining Next Play Investors.